Thank you, Chairman Molinar, Ranking Member Khanna, and members of the committee. I'm Dr. Francisco Gimenez, a partner at 8VC, where I lead our life sciences investment practice. I'm here to deliver a warning. China has already disrupted the American biotech industry, and without bold action, we face an existential threat to one of the greatest innovation engines in human history. In a few weeks, we're going to mark the 50th anniversary of the founding of Genentech, the birth of the modern biotech era, and the half-century of American exceptionalism in medicine. The scale of what we've built is staggering. In 2023, the US bioscience industry generated over $3.2 trillion in economic output, roughly 7% of our private sector GDP. It directly employs 2.3 million Americans, and each of those jobs supports nearly 4 more in the broader economy. That's a footprint of 10 million Americans. But the true measure goes beyond the balance sheet. Between 1990 and 2015, the pharmaceutical innovation alone was responsible for a full 1/3 of the increase in American life expectancy. 75% improvement in HIV mortality, 60% in breast cancer, more than 50% in heart disease. These are not abstractions. These are your constituents alive today because of this system. And when COVID-19 struck, it was this same American biotech engine that delivered vaccines and countermeasures at unprecedented speed to protect America. To understand why the system is so vulnerable, you need to understand how it works. NIH-funded academic research generates insights into disease biology. Biotech startups, fueled by venture capitalists such as myself, translate those insights into potential drugs. Pharma companies acquire or license the winners, selling them under temporary patent monopolies that fund the next generation of R&D. When patents expire, drugs are genericized, arguably the only consistent deflationary force in American healthcare. But this cycle is extraordinarily fragile. The average drug takes 15 years from conception to approval, with a success rate of about 10% and a fully loaded cost of $1 to $3 billion. While we were building this engine, China was watching, learning, and planning. In 2020, essentially 0 medicines licensed by global pharma originated from China. In 2025, that's roughly half. China overtook the United States in clinical trial volume in 2021 and has widened that lead every year since. Cross-border licensing deals from Chinese biotechs exploded from $14 billion in 2021 to $138 billion in 2025, a 10x increase in 4 years. This is not an accident. It was a deliberate state-sponsored strategy executed through the Made in China 2025 initiative started 10 years ago. Heavily subsidized Chinese research organizations provided high-quality, inexpensive labor for our biotechs. Their sea turtle policy sent Chinese scientists to train in US institutions and incentivized them to return home with our knowledge in hand. Copycat Chinese biotechs licensed drugs to global pharmaceutical companies at 50 to 80% lower cost than we were able to do in the United States. We've effectively trained and funded our own competition. And they are competing on an unlevel playing field. While they generate data 2 to 5 times faster and 30 to 50% cheaper, this is due in part to running trials in People's Liberation Army hospitals in the Xinjiang region, where credible informed consent is practically non-existent. If this continues, the consequences cascade. Trial sites move abroad, weakening our top research institutions. Our biotech private sector will move away, and beyond economics, we lose control over which diseases are prioritized for the American patients. This means we also lose our biosecurity, our ability to rapidly develop countermeasures to pandemics. Imagine facing the next COVID dependent entirely on what China decides to offer us. On a global scale, the rise of China is fantastic for patient outcomes and biosciences innovation. My perspective is that we cannot seek to compete by blocking Chinese innovation. Instead, we need to take this moment to introspect on the US system and make bold measures to improve ourselves to retain our dominance. We need to set moonshot goals for the US life sciences innovation, to not just follow, but continue leading. My audacious proposal would be to create a system that allows us to take drugs from molecular conception to approval within 5 years. To do so, we would require a major re-architecting of the FDA and our research sector to allow for this level of speed. Several initiatives could do this. We need to dramatically reduce the overhead for clinical trials and safely cut 6 to 12 months from early-stage pipelines. The FDA has the authority to pilot this today. We need to stop the sea turtle pipeline and create streamlined immigration paths for top global scientists such that when we train them, we retain them here. We need to modernize our FDA with advanced technologies that can make use of historical data to improve in our private sector companies. And finally, we need to level the playing field by preventing clinical data from being used for US approvals in sectors where they are not following our same strict rigor in clinical standards. Members of the committee, the time for complacency is over. We have to protect this crown jewel, not just for economic security, but for the health and survival of American people. Thank you.